Hey there, kiddos. Back again. No worries. First off, you're not in the room right now, so it means you're watching this on a replay on YouTube. Um, so it already tells you how long the thing is. You know what I mean? Like, you already know. I don't know. So don't worry, is what I'm saying. But, like, you shouldn't because you already see how long it is. You know what I mean? But I do know that I gotta do something in 17 minutes. So it's going to be less than that. You're looking at a tops now shortstop Paul DeJong, shortstop capable of being a utility infielder. Diamond card, 92 overall, diamond hitting, bronze defense. No so good on defense. Um, I would like to say with 67 speed, 20 ceiling, and 24 base running aggression, that he's slow as well. But I'm learning that that's actually not that bad compared to like all their cards. Um, like I've got a guy on my team who's 70 something with better stealing than 20, who's like he's only on the bench because he's the fastest that I have. So he's the guy that I'll go to for a pinch runner. So really, compared to that, even if it was like 78 and 40, which I don't think it is, that's really not that drastically different than this. Meaning, like, if I had this exact card sitting over there on first base, needing him to get home or him to get home and have the person at bat come, maybe come around eventually or whatever, I don't think that I'd be pulling Paul out to toss my speedy guy in there, because the speedy is not so much more speedy than that. I don't think this is a bad card. I'm not really sure why people don't like it. He hits on the right side and is boss. Power is -10 from the max. It's 115. Contact versus right is what used to be +5 more than the highest that was possible at 105. Again, only 20 off of the maximum. So in other words, he's one of those inverted players. Does better going to the saber matrix, like I just said metrics in a way that made it sound like I was saying matrix, like the matrix. But whatever. People that are into the SM, maybe they're into the little BD and SM. Who knows? They'll use different language than that to speak about when right-handed hitters are better versus righty pitchers than lefties, and as well as when looking at solid deeper end statistics. When pitchers are like that as well, meaning when the normal or standard would be a right-handed batter is better versus lefties than righties, and kind of the same deal in reverse for the pitchers. So in other words, if a right-handed batter is supposed to be better versus left-handed pitchers, it becomes kind of weird. And in my opinion, I use the word inverted. I think that's the best way to go. That inverted, a left-handed pitcher being better against lefty hitters is kind of wait on a second. Righty? No, I'm confusing myself because that's what they're supposed to be. And I've only now got less than 13 minutes to get this off. Hold on. So now I'm so, this has been so inverted that I'm literally doing circles in my head to be like, wait, hold on, how does it normally work? Because they're going to want to, right, so they want to put up a righty versus a lefty. So lefties should be better against lefties as pitchers. So I don't know if that's what I was saying or if I was saying the opposite because I'm an idiot. But standard would be left-handed pitchers being better against left-handed batters than they are against right-handed batters. And so from a pitcher's perspective, the inversion would be when they're when they're flipped, and they're better against right-handed batters than they are versus left. And the fun comes when, you can even take somebody like Paul here and say, like, they're inverted, they're better against righties, but like lefties is like right behind them, and say that like power versus left was like, I don't know, at least 100, and contact versus left was slightly higher than it is, like, at least 90 or whatever. That would be a player who is, especially you only batting from the one position as opposed to switch. It would be like, yeah, they're better versus righty. They're technically inverted, but they're basically, pick them between the two because they can hit against lefties as well. And therefore, despite being a utility infielder with the secondary positions, that you shouldn't look at that in terms of, this is my personal opinion, both in real life as well as in the game, you shouldn't really look at that in terms of like, okay, we can platoon him wherever we want, toss him on the bench, and then kind of no matter what the situation calls for with a pinch hitter or defensive sub. I guess with that speed, there's some players like my Yasmani Grandal live series card that he would be able to sub in for as a pinch runner. So no matter how it is that he gets into the game as a non-starter, he'd fit. He could play any infield position, and whether he's facing right-handed or left-handed pitchers in any upcoming at-bats, assuming that he's not coming in as a pinch hitter, he's capable of doing that. 10 and a half minutes. What I would say is, don't look at it that way. Find players like this that you can have on your team, particularly in any game in which you don't know ahead of time what the handedness is going to be of your opposing pitcher, at least the starter. Just toss guys like this into the team. I mean, again, I prefer if he was a little bit better with both contact and power versus left. But you can toss him in there and know that he's going to be able to hold his own versus whatever type of handedness comes up, and therefore you also don't end up in a spot later in the game where you feel obligated to toss in a pinch hitter for him who does better, in this case, like versus a left-handed pitcher than he does. These cards, these Topps Now July cards, don't really go for much. So they did, I guess, at the beginning of the month or whatever. You'd have to pay probably close to $30K to buy it, and you'd pay or sell or whatever like close to like 26 and a quarter to be able to sell it. Now it's all the way down to what looks like about 15 on the buy now side, and about just above 11 for sell now. And that's one of the highest ones of these cards. 9 minutes. Let's get this done. So these appear to be, based off of what this is saying, this is a July Topps Now pack. It only contains one player. The odds are 1 in 4 for a diamond, and you're gonna get a gold if you don't get a diamond. And these are specifically the cards that you can get from that. So you've got and I wish this is when I wish this was like a lot of other sports games. You come into the player card, and right here you can press R2 and L2 to go back and forth with those. So that's De Jong. There's left field Juan Soto, who can play center and right. There's the 91 shortstop Didi, who can play second and third. You've got starting pitcher 90 Diamond Sonny Gray, who's got a 4-pitch repertoire, basically the same exact thing on his fastball, and not a drastic difference in speed from his slider and his curve. Break at 81 and velocity at 78. And again, all these things just kind of keep going down in the marketplace from the top one. And you go from those high diamonds down to a couple of low diamonds. 86 center fielder Jackie Bradley Jr. can play left and right as well. We've got a center field Oscar Mercado, who can play left and right. Somebody's in here. Welcome to it. We're just opening up the July Topps, the Topps Now July pack that they give you from the 6th inning Diamond Dynasty Conquest. So I don't know which one of these I'm going to be able to get, but I'm just showing the folks what I could get, and also just kind of keeping a note for myself. This is going to be one of the shorter ones. I'm going to end this in the next 7 minutes. I got stuff I got to do. So this starting pitching Mike Leake is 85 overall, barely a diamond. So it's the lowest end that diamonds can go for overall rating. 5-pitch repertoire with the 4-seamer, sinker, and cutter being pretty close. And then a little bit of a drop off on the breaks with changeup and slider. He's got a 72 break and a 57 velocity. Obviously, that velocity is very much lacking. Again, very lowest end possible for a diamond, 85 overall. Starting pitcher, Miles Malakas, pitching with a lot more speed than the last one we just showed. The fastballs, four seam is 95, a little less. Two seam is 94. Breaking that off a little bit with the slider and changeup at 88, and the curveball, a solid drop off down to 79. The break is 92, and the velocity is 82. In my opinion, it's better than Mike Leake. Mats we already have, which is why it's going to show those Diamond Dynasty and advanced stats here. But the marketplace, you can basically buy the thing and sell the thing for about 1,000 coins. So these things are not really worth all that much. It's the top end of the gold spectrum, though. He's got a 4-pitch repertoire. I don't really feel like going through the rest of this. Irvin is also on my team, and this is actually the guy that I was talking about. So now I know the exact specifics. He is actually a 78 speed with 35 stealing. So as I said, it's not really that much. His base running aggression is at 45 is better, but again, compare that to super quick. This Paul DeJong, it's not that drastic of a difference, but it can make a difference. And certainly if you had a choice between one or the other, you're going to go with the faster one. Rounding it out, we got third base, Matt Tice, who also play first base. And then the lowest overall, 80, barely a gold, left field, Mike Yastrzemski, I believe, playing center and right as well. So kind of just going to jinx myself by saying I don't want the 80, and I'm basically okay with all the rest of it. I promised I'd be done in the next 5 minutes. For the person that just joined, I don't know if you saw the odds before, and if you're even still in the room, but it's 1 in 4 of getting any of those diamonds, and guarantee obviously of a gold because you get one of the cards that was shown there. Let's go ahead and rip this pack. So does that mean it's gold? Still trying to figure out when they open up, is there anything that, with the colors as the pack kind of rips itself, that indicates what's going to be there? This definitely suggests to me that there's a gold card behind here. Because I mean that's definitely gold with the seams of a baseball and a hitter who happens to be batting left-handed. I can't imagine that makes a difference. But apparently we've got a gold, so either we can get our second Mats or Irvin at the high end, and could maybe turn around and quick sell it for 1,000, or do a sell now for a little bit more, and find out what I was asking before and didn't know, if you still lose the 10% on a quick sell, or the sell now, or whatever the hell it's called, the thing where you do it and it's not in the marketplace. If you still lose 10% in those or not, because this appears to be a gold card, and those are the highest overall rated gold cards that you can get from this pack. Let's see what it is. Yep, another Mats. So there you go. Now sell now price is 1,004, and quick sell is 1,000. So do I want to test, possibly losing 100 stubs to figure this out? I don't know. I could probably find an example where the card costs 10, 15, 20 stubs, but still has a quick sell for, I don't know, 10 stubs or something like that, or maybe even 5, and find out from there if it's taking 10% or not. Be a little bit less of a pain in the ass. I got done in advance. I never finish on time. 3 minutes left to go till my break. Sorry that was so extremely eventful. I opened up a pack that I could have had someone decent who might have been at least able to platoon on my defense, and instead I've got a duplicate of a pitcher who I don't think is even. No, he is still on the back end of my starting rotation at the moment. But either way, it's the second version of the card. that I've already locked into one of the collections because I'm an idiot and I didn't realize how that collection worked. So that's going to be it for now. I have to take care of some other stuff, but I will absolutely be back and be playing some more MLB today. However, there's the last of the year's offline versus CPU challenges over at NHL 19, and even though the broadcast of this game or that game is not an endorsement of either or their production houses or the companies that own them, but it's it's me trying to do stuff. So I'm definitely be playing the challenges over on NHL 19, but they're super boring to watch if you're not actually playing, because it's a grind, but it's just kind of almost a pointless, boring as hell grind. So I'm not sure if I'll actually show any gameplay from that, but I may actually show the results and awards / rewards that come from that, and I will for sure jump back into some baseball, even though I have to make it another early night because of my reschedule from today's supposed activities that got pushed to tomorrow. But after that, I will absolutely be grinding this weekend, depending on how long it takes me to do the NHL stuff. And I'm looking at a minute. No one's in here at this moment anyways, but I did finish on time. So peace out until next time, folks.